G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 11 of my Aether Spellbinder 3 Ways playthrough, where you've just caught me at the end of a run through the Tomb of Korvac. So you can get to the Tomb of Korvac by going to the Astrakhan Valley, and more or less just running southeast. It's right here. This place is really good for getting your hands on things like Chthonic Seals of Binding, and really not a huge amount else. So this episode we're going to be finishing the Forgotten Gods. But I also noticed something that I noticed the previous episode, and I think the one before that as well. I went into the Ancient Grove to get the Prismatic Diamond component blueprint. That was pretty much the entire reason to go in there. Well, and I guess Slathzar's crest, but that's not important for the build, right? But we definitely went in there to get the Prismatic Diamond component, and then I just never made one. So I noticed that sort of towards the end of last episode, and I figure it's well past time to actually make one. You can use it at level 55, had the blueprint for a little while now, and I just haven't made one. So that's what I was doing in the Tomb of Korvac there, because to make a prismatic diamond, you need some stuff that I've already made. So Wrathstone's easy, Radiant Gem is just one each of the Fire, Cold, and Lightning components, so Molten Shell, Dense Fur, and Rigid Shell, I think. Rigid something. One of each of those makes a Radiant Gem, which I've already gone and made. Same with the Wrathstone. The last thing I needed was the Arcane Spark, and I don't actually have the recipe for that yet. It's in this mess of blueprints that I went around and bought. I went to Devil's Crossing, bought all of the respective blueprints, even the relics that I have no intention of ever making, because some of them are needed as sort of precursors to some of the high-level relics, so I'd rather just have all the blueprints. I went to the Rovers, and I bought all of their respective blueprints. Then I went to Homestead, and actually I forgot someone, so I'm going to go back. But I bought all of the blueprints for the Homestead faction, for the Black Legion faction. Don't think I did these guys, though. So just to make this easy on myself, I'm just going to go ahead and eat all of these. Looks like I bought a duplicate. More than one faction apparently has the Bladesworn Talisman, or I just bought something that I already had. So we'll sell that back to this guy. And let's just check. Death's Court, already learned. The gun I don't need. Yeah, okay, so I either already had this, or I'd forgotten that I came here and bought it. Ooh, quest here too. Okay, lovely. Picked up a new quest. Right, so that's what I've been doing in between episodes. I haven't made any other changes to gear. All I did from the last episode was vendor a bunch of trash, made some of this, bought all the blueprints. So let's go ahead and make the Arcane Spark here. Now these are incredibly expensive. So 12 Chthonic Seals of Binding. The Soul Shards and Ectoplasms are, maybe. If you're kind of low level or whatever, you could maybe struggle with those. You can craft these though. Soul Shard, I'm not sure about. Nope. So Soul Shard is a drop only, but Ectoplasm, you can definitely craft that. There you go. So needs a Soul Shard. Okay, lovely. But anyway, we're here for the Arcane Spark, and then we make the Prismatic Diamond. Now, I've started going around and buying all of the blueprints out around about level 30 or 40 on my other characters, because you always need them at some point. I was a little bit short on bits for this character, though, which is why I didn't do it previously. However, now we've got the Prismatic Diamond. And Prismatic Diamond is, in my opinion, and other people are going to disagree, and that's fine, but in my opinion, the Prismatic Diamond is the helmet enchantment for hardcore characters. It's basically a death refusal, a circuit breaker, whatever you want to call these things. When you get low, this will activate, and it will prevent you or aid you in not getting lower. So having a circuit breaker on your helmet for basically the cost of your helmet component, to me is just a complete no-brainer. Yes, it is expensive. Yes, it's annoying to go and get the blueprint, but you make one of these, and at least if you're following any of my builds, you will have this in your helmet with the final finished build. So you make one of these once, and then you're done, and that's the final component that is used in pretty much every build I make. Okay, so that's that done. The other thing was that I had, where is it? I had one of these things. I had Unholy Inscription on my gloves. You'll notice if you look at my gloves that I've taken it off, and that's because I don't need the resistances from it anymore. 10% vitality, 15% bleeding. I'm missing that, and I'm still 110% over cap on vitality. And I'm 14% over on bleeding as well. And this also means that I don't need those soul shards on my rings. But this does open up my gloves, which the Restless Remains here, I think, is the Rovers. Hang on, let me double check that. But it has a whole bunch of stuff that's really good. Restless Remains, it actually doesn't say. I'm pretty sure that's Rovers. But 220 energy, cool. Attack damage converted to health. We are playing one of the few spells that can actually make use of that. Granted, not most of it, but some of it. And 10% casting speed, which is just a straight damage increase for us. So if we come down here to magical, casting speed, 153%. You can see there the cap is 200, so we are about halfway to the cap from being completely naked. So that's what I wanted to do there. Now, in terms of rings, what we could do, let's actually do this the easy way. I hadn't actually noticed the soul shards, so let's go and do those now. Am I using any... Yep, Devil's Crossing, Gazer Eye. Okay. Keep the item. That's going to remove the component, the soul shard, and the Gazer Eye. Which, I mean, it's kind of a little bit unfortunate, but, you know, whatever. And one thing I am going to do instead of a Gazer Eye is, I've noticed I'm 6% short on poison, and somewhere in here is this one here, Slith Venom. I'm going to get one of those, and I'm going to get two Gazer Eyes? I only actually need one of those, okay. So one Slith Venom on that ring, one Gazer Eye on that ring. The Slith Venom gives us bleeding res, which I don't need, and 15% poison and acid res, which I do need, and retaliation damage, which, who cares. And all it costs is 10% Aether res, which I didn't need, and 25% Aether damage, which is actually very, very small when you look at how much we have in total. Where is it? We have 1,200%, and we're going to add 25 to that. So that would take us to 1,271%. The increase is probably closer to 1 or 2% damage, which, in my opinion, is basically nothing. So we've got some new components. We've freed up our rings. Now, one way to see what you can put on your rings when you're not 100% sure exactly what you want is you can just hold control and mouse over the ring that is equipped. Has to be equipped. I put this in my inventory. None of the components in my stash will light up, so it has to be equipped. Hold control to get rid of that annoying box while you're trying to look in your stash. And I can see, okay, well I could put Frozen Hearts on there. That's some freeze and petrify resist, which are not capped, so that could be good. What else can I put on there? I could put Mark of Illusions on there, which is spirit, so damage. Defensive ability, which is nice. Energy regen, which is kind of worthless, but, you know, maybe. What else could we put on there? Ectoplasm, bunch of extra energy and some regen. I don't really need that anymore. Corpse Dust is always kind of a decent but not great option. It's just more health and a little bit of regen. In terms of regen, we have not very much. But we do have, if we go to the devotions, we do have Behemoth, which, I mean, yes, it's a percent and a flat heal, but it also adds a bunch of regen, including all of these regen things. So Corpse Dust is not bad. I think, since I don't need these for defense, I want to go for offense. Roiling Blood could be okay for offensive ability. I'm actually leaning towards these. 24 Spirit, we could get 16 and a bunch of other stats from the Polished Emeralds. But I think I want a little bit more defensive ability, because we're already pretty good on offensive. So I'm going to go with Mark of Illusions. These will almost certainly be deleted at some later point. I'll take some gear off, my vitality resistance will all of a sudden be 20% under cap, and I'll have to put another soul shard on, and that's fine. But for right now, I want that. Okay, skill points all spent, devotion points all spent, attributes, I kind of think I'm going to save those for a little bit, at least keep 5 in my pocket just in case I need some more cunning for a weapon or something like that. And with that said, let's, before we get on with Forgotten Gods, we've got some quests to turn in here. What else we got? Ancient Grove I'm not doing, Calderos I'm not doing, that I'm keeping for now. This bounty is a Devil's Crossing bounty, and Igor drops one of the, I think it's the helmet, it might be the shoulders, but one of them. I think it's actually the shoulders now that I'm thinking about it. Regardless, he drops one of the ascended pieces there. And so just having a bounty with one of the bosses that will drop those is a good way to increase the farming rate of them. Right, so let's go talk to Sagan in the Vanguard of the Three. So we've already got the Heart of, is it Onarix? It doesn't say. Yeah, the Heart of Onarix. Yep. We've already got that. We give it to him, and we are ready to lead the assault. Level 58, I'm thinking either Distortion or actually putting a few points in Devastation could be decent. Is there anything in Necromancer I want? Yeah, I want more in Ill Omen, but maybe we leave that for now. I think we just max out our actual attack. So, getting more Aether damage. We're up to 100% pass through, which is, yeah, it's kind of nice. I think we're at 90, was it 99 before? 95. Alright, so we're 100% pass through. We got a bunch of flat Aether. All good stuff. This is going to stay at 1 point, and then after that, we might go Proliferation, although the return on investment for Proliferation is not great. I might just go Devastation instead. Anyway, we've got some stuff to blow up. Let's get into it. So we're back here at the Infernal Wastes Gate, and we're going to move pretty much straight forward here. I don't need to do a lot of the stuff here. The caves in this section are not for us. Our current main scenario or main story quest is actually just, where is it? Find the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. And I know where that is because it doesn't move. So we're going to go that way. Before we get there, however, we got a couple other quests that we're going to do. One of those is, I think, coming up just here. I should see a star on the map any second now. Oops. And these guys are going to be doing a lot of damage, so we'll just take care of them real quick. Yeah, here's the star on the map. So we are going to do that quest. This is the Dusk Reaper, I think it is. But yes, we are going to be killing the Dusk Reaper. What are you? You're arcane. You need to die immediately. Well, as close to immediately as I can manage. Standing in that time warp thing, not great, not great. Okay, we've got the Empowered Dementia, which, it's not horrible. Almost 100% Aether damage. It's not great either, but, you know, it's alright. The Occult Effigy? No. And then I'm looking for these things for, Aether type stuff. And I'm not seeing any, so we'll just pick these up. And we'll be on our way. So inside the ruins here, this is the, what is it called? I was going to say the Tomb of Sethan or something like that, but apparently it's the Tomb of Ariath. You know me, I'm horrible with names. So, would be really happy to see that weapon on a previous character, but as it is, it's fine. More loot. Oh look, another one with the Lightning Halberd. They're everywhere today. Are you going to be cold, are you? Algendir? Don't know, you're going to be dead. Another Corvin Storm Halberd. Those things, when you need them, rare as hen's teeth. As soon as you don't want them, they're everywhere. I swear this game knows. Okay, Arcane Blaze, it's a necklace. That's no good. The Aether Missiles is something that I kind of want to stack up a few of. But, obviously, I'm not going to lose +1 to all skills, and I think I have of the Grove, right? Yeah. Having said that, though, that is +1 to Necromancer skills, which, let's be honest, is not really that much at this point. There's the Empowered Shield of Perdition, because of course it's everywhere as soon as you don't want it. Once you've played a few characters through the leveling process, you start to see all the things that can drop the MIs that you were desperately trying to find in your previous characters and never could, and it just seems like they're everywhere. I know it's like it's entirely a perception thing, but it's still funny. Okay, so Dusk Reaper is right here, and honestly, we're just going to go kill him because he's not particularly difficult. So we'll pop the Devastation, and we just blow him up, and then we immediately get out of the poison. But yeah, we just blow him up. We get out of the poison, and that's it. Quest complete. And then we walk back into the poison because I'm stupid. Don't walk into the poison, please. You will die eventually. Eventually you'll find a poison that's strong enough to eat your health bar in a second or two, like I have, and you will die from it. You'd think I would know better by now. Okay, we'll take this guy out, and we'll just keep pushing on. I'm probably not going to go back to town until they force me to at this point. Yep, for Soleil. Have us Ember Spark here, can go ahead and die. And just here we have another Devotion Shrine, so this one's a little bit more hidden. Negating of Shadows, okay, that's probably rubbish. So we've got a log here. If you go down this way and sort of over to the side there, there's a whole bunch of potential totem spawns. I'll probably hit that on the way back, because when you go into this particular tomb, the Tomb of Nephos, Tomb of the Rat God, pick this up, and there's a nice little secret wall here. Funnel the enemies into. Ooh, Aether Fire. No, I don't need that. I mean, pick it up, but I'm not going to use it. Okay, another note. Here's hidden spoils as well for some more green loot that you're just never going to use. And another secret wall leading to, this time, the treasure trove. It's not always there. Why can't I get through that? Can you get through that? Alright, that seems to have worked. The treasure trove's not always there, but there is always one in here, and it's pretty easy to find it. But more importantly, here is the Devotion Shrine. Let's just take out this arcane guy before he gets to do much of anything. Handguards of Justice are not bad for leveling. Yep, the 2-set bonus on that is a massive pile of armor. And the flat fire damage, at the moment it's not being converted, but eventually, if we end up using it. Right, let's just quickly chuck this last point here over here. Attack and casting speed, good stuff. Next point is some more resistance reduction for us. The little skeletons that this is going to summon will be doing vitality and Aether damage. That Aether damage is going to be scaled by my Aether damage percent, rather than pet damage. And then they slow things down and they reduce resistances, so it's all great stuff on that one. Now you can go back out the way you came in, and honestly I probably should, but yeah, the door's right here, why not? Gives me a shot at another totem, so I'm going to go out the back door. And this will put us way over on the side in the Valley of the Chosen. Actually I thought it was further, but it's fine, I'll take it. And now we just push on, really. Is this... No, I didn't. Okay. That's fine, I'm just checking if I grab the Seals of Morganeth, because if you did, you could go straight into the Tomb of the Heretic right now. Just go this way, and you would find the door. You could use the seal on the door, go in, there's a devotion shrine in there. All good stuff. Okay, I don't really care about any of you guys. There we go. Have a devastation, and I'll be over here. Right, so we made it to the Valley of the Chosen. Our good friend Dayla has shown up again. We don't have anything for her yet, but soon. We'll have some very bad news for her. Or good news, depending on how you want to look at it. But we will have news. Alright, Chosen stuff, that's fine. It's not really what we're here for. Oh, also, Primal Instinct, pretty good pet relic. Am I going to swap these gloves as soon as I can? Probably not, just looking at them, but I'm definitely going to be hanging on to them. And yeah, the Swarmlings on this one are decent. They used to be pretty much the only choice if you're playing a pet build. So I'm somewhat glad that they changed that, but also now it seems like you just take Mogdrogan's Ardor instead for your trolling. And it's kind of like we just swapped from this is clearly the best to a different one is clearly the best. So it's it seems to have made not much difference aside from the name on the relic. Plus one to all skills is very hard to say no to. Alright, we're coming up on the volcano, which I am definitely going to go into. Is everybody dead? I think everybody's pretty much dead. Don't think Korvac's going to save you. In fact, Korvac's going to have to save himself here in a minute. Here we go. This little section here, they often have several hero or boss type griffins. Today they're not home, probably because this is veteran, not ultimate, but they can have them here. We are going to, like I said, go and kill the messenger. The messenger lives in this volcano, so let's chuck our sunscreen on, grab a bottle of water, go for a walk through lava. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, the messenger. The one thing that really matters with this fight, well, the two things really, is one, don't stand in the meteors, which should be obvious, but also don't stand in the lava, which got me a few times. I've never died to it, but there was a few close calls. So, first form should go down relatively quickly, and he'll change over to his big angry demon form. There he is. I'm going to use Nullify on him just to reduce his elemental damage. It's not going to last anywhere near long enough to stop the things that I actually cared about, but, you know, whatever. Oops, I think I just evaded straight into that meteor. That's fine, we got him. So he drops his gun here. Not something I'm interested in, but it is an MI. So you could make a build around that. Where is it? This one here. Messenger's Repeater. +4 to Night's Chill and Death Sentence. Extra duration, extra... Oh, Elemental Convert to Piercing on Word of Pain. Yeah, okay, there you go. So, Piercing, gun build using Inquisitor and Nightblade, perhaps. I have no idea. I've never even looked into making a two-handed gun build. I am not the biggest fan of guns in this game, but having said that, the Purifier was decently fun once I got used to changing the settings every time I wanted to play it. Okay, these things appear to have enough health that Panetti's doesn't really do what I'm going to call enough damage, but that's fine. Anything big and scary is usually big and scary because it's tanking for lots of little things. Alright, let's take care of business here. There is a devotion shrine up there that I want to get my hands on, because that's going to give me a bunch of additional resistance shred. Let's go ahead and take this guy out as well. In Korvac's name, yep. Alright, that'll probably do us. Wraithbound of Scorching, not bad if you're making a Fire Skeleton Kabbalist. Fortunately, I'm not. Alright. So, this one, let's go. What do we got? Frozen, don't care. Swift, also kind of don't care. Everybody's dead now. Lovely. Okay, okay. Go sell stuff. There's no bank at the Vanguard, so we're going to go to the Conclave instead. Also, before I forget about it and don't assign it, Ill Omen's in use. I think I'm going to put this on Haunt. Generally speaking, I use Haunt and Ill Omen much more reliably than I use the Devastation. I keep forgetting it exists, if I'm being honest, so we'll go that way. Pants, do I care about pants? I kind of do, but also those are pretty good pants, so it's unlikely I'm going to find one better. What do we got here? No MI stuff that I'm interested in. Tempest of Protection, no. About you, that's a whole bunch of Pearson stuff. Not interested, thank you very much. How's the armor on that, actually? The armor is a pretty big increase, but that's a lot of physique that I don't have, so I don't think I'm going to be using that. Nope. Mostly when I'm looking at gear, I'm checking resistance levels more than anything else. This one is tempting. So the Deathwatcher Pendant of the Grove has no resistances on it. However, it does give me the option of taking Call of the Grave later for a 15% heal, which would be nice, and it does have that 10% chance to heal me when I'm hit, which is also pretty good. But another Aether missile proc would also be good. It's also got a bunch of lifesteal, or attack damage converted to health. Some regen is kind of whatever, but yeah, sell that for now. I should probably hang on to all of those Aether items and just make a character later that's just going to use all of them. But I should have... whatever. I should have put the Explorer set on before I ate all that stuff, but too bad. Didn't do it. Alright, there we go. So, we now have, on Haunt, Raise the Dead. 20% chance, which, I mean, Haunt ticks pretty much every second for 8 seconds. So you're pretty much guaranteed to get one of the skeletons to spawn on cooldown. So I'll have a nice little pack of them following me around. Since Haunt is one of those lovely spells that kind of spreads, and yeah, it's going to be great. They are a little bit hard to see, though. My first character that used the Revenant, I was convinced for about 4 levels that it just did nothing. Now, obviously it didn't do nothing, but I was convinced. Having said that, I don't see any. They're little black skeletons. They can be hard to see in the dark, and especially if you have a whole bunch of... There they are. There he is. Especially if you have a bunch of other pets, they hide very well in it. I probably wouldn't use them on a pet build, just because they don't use pet stats, they use the player's stats to scale. And usually if you're playing a pet build, your player stats are garbage, and vice versa. Okay, so we have made it to the doorway into the temple that has Korvac in it. Just gonna take these two out. Some little skelly bros following us around. And Dravis is basically the door boss, and then there's another door boss behind the door. So, yeah, let's just kill him. The volcano that he'll open up underneath you is the source of the Sunder. So when you see him Sunder, just move away from the volcano, and you'll be fine. If he summons the ads, you can fight them if you wish, or just, you know, avoid them. They die when he dies, which is nice. And then we'll talk to Daddy. Can you bring the barrier down? Thank you for your sacrifice. And when he dies, there'll be a little box on the floor. Should be coming here any second now. Any sec. There it is. And pick up the Mother's Pendant. We will go and give that to... Actually, let's do it now. Corvin City Rift, I think it is. So, Oroborok and Dravis were Dayla's family. And, unfortunately, we murdered them to death. But hey, we get a Celestial Lotus out of it. And to be fair, she was going to kill Dravis as well. So it's not really my fault. But hey, Celestial Lotus, which is probably, if I could pick any reward from a quest, this is pretty high up on my list. Eldritch Essence is not even as good as this, and you've already heard me ranting about how good that is. Right, door boss number 2. Okay, next time he tries to sunder me, I'm going to evade away, or he's just going to die. I must not enter, and yet I'm going to. Alright, we got the Malediction Relic, which, I mean, no. Also, he has his own MI as well, so this one here, this is the Steward's Halberd, and it is a physical Via's Might weapon, which, I mean, literally nobody is going to use. Because Via's Might needs the cooldown from the book. I guess there's probably a build out there that uses it. It's not one that I've played though, so... I don't know how good it is, or isn't. Right, so this place, I get lost in here a lot. But we'll just kind of mosey on through. I can never remember if the first section is the one where you want to go down on the map, or if, yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, that's fine. We're looking out for Brother Sagarius here. These big ugly things are also quite painful. But the great thing about Panetti's is it's really good at clearing large packs. Because the first projectile pierces, and every time it hits something, it splits off into a bunch of other projectiles. And we can kill stuff pretty quick. So Brother Sagarius has a skull above his head, and he's usually around here-ish, I think. That's fine, we'll find him when we find him. Thanks for the free dynamite. This section, I usually just end up running through it. There's a lot of stuff in here that can do a decent amount of damage, although you wouldn't know it from looking at my health bar. But yes, there is actually a lot of potential damage in here. But that's fine. I'm gonna go do that totem. Why not? Why not? Oh, hello. What are you? Diseased. Alright, so... Plague something or other. Plagiarius, perhaps. Darth Plagius the Wise. Something something. Joke about that. Right. Kind of hope that stays there, and maybe we can use it in this fight, but that's fine. That's a lot of heroes, and they're all dead. Didn't even really have to mess with health. No potions used, none of that sort of stuff. In terms of items, though, what do we got here? That's a pistol, so nope. That's a pet amulet from memory. Pet or pestilence, okay, not a pet amulet. Winterstorm Squalls, so we got Lightning proc, we got Cold Block proc, we got another Cold proc, we've got no proc, no proc, no proc. Yeah, none of this, thank you. I think that's like the 4th pair of Eastern gloves I've had in the last couple of days. So I think it's a sign. I'm not sure what it says though, I can't read. Okay, Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. Floor number the 2nd. This one should be straight through the middle with a little bit of running around in circles. If I'm remembering correctly, and I'm probably not. So, I think over here actually is a... I want to say there's a shot at a treasure trove over here. It might be on that side though. Or it might be in a completely different area and I'm just crazy. Could be either one, who knows. Brother Sigarius, I didn't see him on the previous level. I may have been incorrect about that as well. He might be this level kind of thing. Alright, thin the herd a little bit. Hopefully I run into that treasure trove. I do enjoy a good treasure trove. There it is. Beautiful. So I was on the right floor, I was just in the wrong part of it in my head. Shrapnel pistol, which, I mean, we're not playing a purifier, unfortunately. But if I was, that would be a good drop. Okay, here's Brother Sigarius. I knew he was in here somewhere. Alright, so we're just gonna pretty much blow him up. Maybe get out of whatever's doing all that damage. What's the volcano? Yeah. That's fine. I see a devotion shrine there, which is going to be lovely. I think this shrine is going to be for... hang on, let me get out of this mess before I get myself killed. So I definitely should have killed all of this stuff in the area before I went and turned that on. But I'm a bit of a goober, so I didn't. Breaking the rules of hardcore is a really good way to get yourself killed. Fortunately, I got away with it this time. Alright, so in devotions we have got... I do want this, but I also want this. So I need 2 more blues. Where was I getting my 2 more blues from? Let me check my devotion mapping here. It's going to be the eel here. So we'll take the eel. That's going to be, what, 2 more points. And then we get into the spear. I think I have some respecs to do as well. Let me just check here. Nope. That one, that one, that one. Ding, ding, ding. Nope, that's it. Okay. Just got, what, 14 more points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, something like that. That's the plan, anyway. And I'm just not going to fight that. Okay, Kaiman. Father Kaiman. What do we say about Father Kaiman? Well, Father Kaiman hits like a truck. Like a truck with 20 trailers. This guy's... he's huge. You want as much fire resistance as you can get. You want as much physical resistance as you can get. Just pretend that number's bigger. And you want pretty good armor. Now, my armor is kind of not great. It's okay, but it's not great. And I don't have a lot of physical resistance. So I want to get in his face and stay there. Because if I try to run away, he's going to leap slam on me and just basically ruin my entire afternoon. So, Father Kaiman here. A close-up of his model. Okay. He actually looks somewhat scary. I mean, he could probably do with some armor. Stop from being disemboweled, but he looks alright. Okay, let's go ahead and kill him. Single target damage, not amazing on this build, but it's good enough, I think. Now, I really don't want to have to run from him, so I'm just going to stand in a lot of this stuff. But you kind of don't want to do that either. There we go, got him. Now, like I said, if you try and run away from him, you're going to take a lot of damage, so don't do that. And it should turn out okay. Let's move on. So, I think we'll kill Korvac this episode for sure. And then, see how we're doing for time. Got some cleanup to do of my quest log here, if nothing else. Okay, he's gonna waffle for a little bit. Let's be honest. We don't care what he has to say, so let's just... Oops, that's not the way to go. The gargoyles, I don't need them. I'm not playing a Nightblade. I'm not playing an Oathkeeper. They are worth loot though, so I guess we'll take a bunch of damage and heal it up like it was nothing. This would be really good for a different build. go. Like I mentioned, he's gonna waffle for a bit. It's usually my job, but that's alright, I can take a break. I think he only has one more line, so maybe I won't take a break. You guys aren't heroes, eh? No. That's fine, it's all worth XP, right? No little skellies. That's a little bit scary, actually. Maybe not. Not so scary. Less scary than I was expecting. Another gargoyle waistband. Watch as I get to this point with the Reaper, and I get 0 of those belts. Why can't I pick up those boots? There we go. Alright, so here's Korvac's house. You can see the arena from up here. You can see he's kind of trapped there, just hanging out, chilling. Let's go say hi. Before I do go say hi, I actually am going to go and pop a whole bunch of potions for this one. At least the royal jelly ones for some extra healing. Regen's not really my strong point with this build, but every little bit counts, right? So I'm at 10,000 hit points, which at level 58 is almost 200 hit points a level, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. The issue I may have is going to be sustain. We don't really leech a whole lot, and the heals we do have, so this one down here, this is on a 20-second recharge, and this is probably about the same, 17. This doesn't give us any health back, neither does this. So we're going to be a little short on sustain, potentially. So getting some regen potions is not the worst idea in the world. As far as resistances go, he pretty much does every damage type at various stages in the fight. I think he doesn't do chaos. I think chaos and maybe vitality. It's been a while since I checked, but generally speaking, if you just pretend he does every type of damage, you won't be far off. And so make sure your resistances are capped, every single one of them. I probably should be checking some of these items, but honestly, I don't care. Let's chuck that over there, we'll chuck that over there. Okay, my resistances are 100% fine. Okay, everything is capped. I'm not really worried about anything being uncapped. I'm pretty sure he doesn't shred resistances anymore. So I'm just looking for basically royal jelly stuff. So that's a little bit of regen. We'll take some of that. That's a bunch of extra health. We'll take some of that. The extract is going to be energy. I don't need that. Yeah, I definitely don't need any of that. Let's just have a quick look through the rest of this. Nope. Energy regen, damage I don't do. This one I definitely want. 10% cast speed, 50% Aether damage. I'll have a couple of those. The Ancients, that's a lot of offensive ability. That's very expensive. Yeah, we'll do it. Of the Hunt, the Hunt there is quite nice, but it's also very short duration, so I'm going to skip that one. And what else we got? Life Stealer. 30 seconds, no good. Royal Jelly we already looked at. And the rest of this, I think, is not for us. So we got 4 potions. I'll double check the bank and just make sure I didn't miss something that I already had tons of. Oh, I already made all this stuff. Whoops. Alright, that'll do us. Right, Korvac time. So he's a 3-phase boss, same as Theoden. I would say he is higher damage, for sure. So I'm a little bit apprehensive here. There's a good chance I just die. But that is what it is. We'll make it a good fight. So we're up to a lot of health here. Here we go. I'm going to try and face tank him, at least at first, and we'll see how that goes. Come on, buddy, get down. You're not finished with me yet. Let's go. Okay, we can use... we definitely don't want to get hit by that. Or that. Anything that comes with a big telegraph is going to do a lot of damage. So definitely don't want to get hit by that. He should actually... We should see more of the fight than I maybe normally would. Here comes the ads, I think. Or is that... Nope, so this phase will have ads in it. He'll summon some portals and they'll start spitting out friends for him. But that's fine. Joke's on you, buddy. I do more damage when there's more people around. Yeah, I don't want to get hit by that, like I said. Yeah, that's probably all. We can kill a few of these portals. Again, don't want to get hit by that. I do want to keep him inside the devastation. Okay, third phase. This is where he gets a little bit crazy. So we're going to get a lot of damage just kind of floating around on the floor. Those things. Usually I would say you want to just keep attacking, because as soon as you stop leeching, that's when you take a lot of damage. The other thing with these is, when you're running away, you tend to get hit by more of them than if you just stand still. Like that. Actually, that was the meteors. That's not really fair to blame on the balls. Alright, use nullification for the reduced elemental damage. I'm just going to run around a little bit. I did mention it's taking more damage from that, but yeah, it's whatever. Healing potion used. You know what? Let's just use the mirror for this last bit. Oh, all right, never mind then. I guess I'll just go stand over here then. All right, this should be the end of him. There he goes. Front row seats. Zoomed in on his feet. Alright, Korvac is down. And that is the end of the Forgotten Gods expansion. Let's check out the loot. So this is Korvac's Essence. That's going to be Korvac's Trove. One of these is the one-shot. It's going to be that one. So from the one-shot, I got an Eldritch Essence and a pair of blue pants, which is not horrible. Not really something I'm interested in using, but it's not a horrible drop. Shield and Soleil's Decimation +1 Occultist Relic. Not for me again, but not a bad drop. Another Eldritch Essence, which is actually a really good drop. I'm not so much going to be using them on this playthrough, at least not until the end, but they are quite good drops. Okay, we have got some quests to turn in, so let's go do that. And I'm going to remember to put the Explorer's stuff on this time. Probably. Yeah, well, there we go. I should get around to getting a helmet made. I can transmute now, so it's more free damage, but yeah, whatever. Okay, another Eldritch Essence. You love to see it. So that's 3 we're up to now, plus whatever's already in the bank. And I don't really need to talk to you. So back to the Conclave of the 3. We have the Messenger to talk to. G'day, mate. How you going? Korvac's no more. There we go. And we just picked up the Empowered Veil's Edge, which is completely useless. We have hit Honored with a bunch of the cults, or at least with Soleil. So let's buy that. As far as blueprints go, +1 Occultist Belt, not really interested. The White Lotus Belt, those are actually really good resistances. And the Gift of the Lotus there is pretty good too. 20% chance when hit for a heal. Now we would lose +1 to Arcanist skills, which kind of hurts, but That's not bad. I'm not going to buy it now because I'll just forget about it. But that would not be bad at all. Right, we've got another law note here, and what do we got? Igor. Okay, quest complete. Chuck these back on. And I think we're done with Forgotten Gods. Did I miss any devotion shrines? There should be 9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess 10 with the Tomb of the Heretic. Let's go open the Tomb of the Heretic. Why not? 3 bosses to find. We've got a little bit of time left over. First one, Corvin Docks. And from the Corvin Docks, we head pretty much directly to the right here. Also, having those potions still active give us something to do. Just here, walk through there, and here's the Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi. I believe Jabba and Luke just left. Grab the Fetten Mask. In normal or veteran, the Fetten Mask that drops here is kind of bad. The Elite and the Ultimate versions are considerably better. They have +1 to all skills in both masteries. So, generally speaking, if you don't have an MI helmet that you need for your build, those are usually pretty good options. They do also, I think it's elemental and vitality resistance and a bunch of health and stuff. They're actually pretty good helmets. They're always in the same spot, so if you want the... I think it's level 75 for the Elite one. You'll actually have to go to Elite, kill Warden Krieg to get access to this place, run all the way out here. It's a whole thing. The current, I guess we'll call it the meta, one of the metas at least, is to just skip Elite though. So if you're doing that, then you don't get that helmet. You have to wait for level 94 for the mythical Fetten Mask, which is, again, a decent helmet. All this stuff is XP, which, I mean, I like XP. Potentially loot as well, and I do like loot. Alright, where's the door? There it is. I think we have 3 levels on this place. And then the boss on the bottom is a little bit scary with its poison. Only a little bit, though. This is the boss floor. Alright, so the boss is going to be over here. I can't see him, but he's coming now. There he is. So this is Gerblix, the Digested. I use the mirror there just to get a little bit of time in the poison. You can't really outrun this poison. It's going to chase you. As soon as you move, he'll chase you and put it back. So, Nemesis, well, I know someone who would like that, and I bet he's not going to get that drop for a long time. The first seal of Morganeth, that's what we were here for. Got it. Leaving. Okay. The next one we want is actually also Corvin Sands, and we're going to be running backwards for this one. Past the Corvin Titanivore. So we're going to head down this way. Yep. That's part of the plan. You have to run into that corner. Otherwise, the game doesn't know that you're looking for the quest. And so it actually won't spawn the hole in the wall you need to run through. So you have to run into that dead end. So, some people have problems with the quest. Usually that's why. Not something a lot of people talk about. Oh, it's just me being an idiot. Don't believe a word I say. Alright, a bunch of undead stuff, bunch of mummies and maggots and all sorts of other lovely things. This first set of stairs, that's a red herring. That is the exit. And we do not go in through the outdoor. Not in this game, anyway. Alright, here we go. Probably should be killing more stuff. Like I say, this stuff is all made out of XP and loot and iron bits and other really good stuff. Yeah, I do still have Aether Fire. Yeah. Yeah. I am seriously tempted, actually, to take a bunch of points out of maybe Panetti's, but somewhere, and put them into Ill Omen. It would need, I think, 9 points to cap it, and it's a really good skill. Playing on the Nightblade has really helped me with realizing that, I guess is how I'm going to say it. That's a really bad way of saying it, but it's kind of made me realize how good it is while you're leveling. The damage reduction that spreads, it's up constantly. If you just open with that as your first attack, by the time everything gets to you, it's already got its damage reduced by heaps. It's really, really good. Alright, so there is a treasure trove in here as well. Shouldn't be too hard to find because this place is basically a tunnel. But some of these rooms are a little wide, so go ahead and have a look around. Watch as I don't find it now. Now that I've just gotten finished saying, oh, it's in here, it's really easy to find. Yeah, I think I'm not going to find it. That's alright, that's fine. I do enjoy treasure troves, but I'm not here for the treasure troves, so that's fine. Alright, we fight our way to the end here, and we have a boss to fight, which I think is just going to be on this platform. In Ashcore, is it? No, it's Jarenthor. Alright, here we go. Jarenthor, the Sandstorm. Alright, we've got ads, we've got breathing on us. Where's the Sunder? Come on, I know it's coming. Well, maybe it's not coming. Anyway, second seal of Morganeth, done. Collected. I'm just going to check for that treasure trove I was waffling about earlier. And you know what? Nobody gets to sleep. On your feet. Let's see if any of them have the MI. Is there only 5? I thought there was more than that. Looks like there are no weapon MIs. How about that? Alright, so we've got parts number the first and parts number the second. We've also got a bunch of law notes to eat. The third part is going to be... We've done that one, we've done that one. It's going to be over here in the Howling Chasm. So just past Gnavrakar is the Howling Chasm entrance. We've actually been through there. I probably mentioned it on the way through, but just in case I didn't, we'll
that skill's not ready.
Do a quick run through. Don't need to kill Gnavrakar, so I probably won't. In fact, I'm not going to. These big packs are really good, but killing one boss with a ton of health, maybe not so good for this build. Alright, so we're into the Howling Chasm, and I actually didn't go near the door, so I'm pretty confident now that I didn't mention it first time through. However, we are going to more or less just hug this left wall. There we go. Bad doggies, no biscuits for you. You're sleeping in the kennel outside tonight. Alright, here we are. So this little section here, this is the entry into the... call it a dungeon, but it's basically just 2 floors. That's the entry, so you come in there. You can kind of see the Howling Depths entrance there. When you're standing kind of over this part, you might see it on your map. That was actually how I found this the first time. I had no idea what this place was for. But I was like, hey, cool, secret area. And I went in and went through, and I'm like, what is this for? Took me a long time after that before I finally worked out what it was for. I think actually, at the time, I'm pretty sure I was watching a playthrough by someone else. Might have been Malagant. Could have been a Wrecked by Protoss thing. I was watching someone playing anyway, because I'd never done Forgotten Gods at that point, and I was just following along with someone else. And they explained it, and I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, I found that before. And had no idea what it was for. But now I know. Now I know. Alright, what do we got here? Steeljaw. Skills go down pretty quickly. That's not horrible. Oh, it's an amulet. Never mind. I take it all back. It's horrible. If it was a ring, I'd be much happier. Alright, let's skip all this. And by skip, I mean murder. There we go. Turtle shell rank 13. You'll love to see turtle shell ranking up. Definitely one of the best devotions in terms of defenses. Very, very nice. Pretty standard for most of my builds as well. Most of everyone's builds, really. I say that like I'm some special guy who's making these fantastic builds that no one ever thinks of. Definitely not. Okay. Totem, yes please. Y'all know me, I love me some totems. How did he get healed? It's not okay. And just in case I was standing in something stupid. Praetorian chest guard, okay. I am going to transmute that. Void Mantis cord, pet stuff. Arcane balance on rings, or on gloves rather. Jeez, so much good stuff. Right, which one of these is better? I'm hoping it's not this one. They're kind of the same. This one has a little bit more health. 1 point less OA, 1 point more DA. 3 points less vitality, 3 points more elemental. It's same. Alright. So let's go and transmute this, and I'm hoping for the not helmet piece in the set. So what's that going to be? The shoulders. 2-piece bonus, 15% physical resist. It's really hard to say no to that. I think I am going to... Am I going to the wrong place? No, I'm not. Here we go. So transmute, give me... As much as I hate to say it, give me shoulders. That's a helmet. That is definitely not shoulders. Let's compare them though. It's a lot more armor. That's a lot more health. A lot more OA. A lot more DA. Shield stuff I don't care. Can I afford to lose... I can afford to lose the resistances there. Loss of +3 to spectral binding. That's a lot of health. That's a lot of flat Aether. No, I need the shoulders. There we go. Now can I afford to lose the resistances? 11% and 12%. Yes. 20% elemental would only be 5%, so yeah, that's fine. We pick up some Pierce, which, I mean, who cares? Actually don't need that Silk Swatch if I swap this in. The Insight proc, I don't care. Yeah, let's do it. There we go. So that 2-set bonus is 15% physical resistance. That's double what I had before. That is insane. I think I will keep those shoulders though. They are quite good.
Got something you need stashed?
So let's chuck those in here. I'll probably never use them, but probably is not definitely. Right, let's go ahead and render all this actually. Aether damage, just make sure I'm not selling something amazing for the build. Fetten Mask, like I said, the normal version is kind of rubbish. Okay. Not bad, not bad. 15% physical resistance. Even if you average that out over both pieces, that's still 7.5%. They don't come with any... No, they don't. The shield stuff on these is pretty much ignorable. But they have a ton of health and a ton of physical resistance, which when you're leveling, that's kind of what you want. Okay, let's get down to this next floor, grab this last seal, and then we can go and uncork the Forgotten Gods Skeleton Key dungeon. And maybe grab the Devotion Shrine that's inside. Alright, here we go. This is Halanx the Forgotten. All of these Griffin bosses, they all have their own personal MIs. I think they're ultimate only, level 94, but they do all have their very own fancy purple heads. And there's a few builds that are kind of built around them as well. Right, let's grab the letter here. And we are done. Let's go pop the cork, as it were. Coven City. Yeah, Coven City. Go ahead and eat that law note. And we have the entire seal here. Don't have the quest for this, so actually, let's go get the quest. It's a little bit of extra XP, and we have progressed the storyline of Forgotten Gods far enough that that I can get the quest now. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's true. Oh, Carmack wants to know about the. What are you working on? What is it? Already found the Maw of Enat. That would be very nice. I have no idea what it is, but I'm sure it's great.
Well, look.
Alright, let's do that one.
Welcome back. Welcome.
Got anything? Let's do it. I will be. Okay, there's blue. And what will it take to clear my debt? I will seek out the iris. Okay, so we get a skeleton key out of this, which is not bad at all. And more importantly, we'll get some XP. Now, I'm probably, certainly, definitely 100% not going to be doing the entire skeleton key dungeon on normal. There's actually nothing in there that I want, I don't think. I'm thinking, no. The Magi stuff is not horrible, so we could maybe do something with some of that. But I think I'm not going to do this. I'll just go in, grab the Devotion Shrine, and that'll be it. So here's the door. Let's just play with these guys for a second. You could all stop being quite so angry and irritating. That'd be lovely. There we go. Raise the Dead, rank up. Here we go. Okay, so the Seals of Morganath. And here's my good friend, the Animated Preserver. Let's go in. Now, like I said, I'm not actually going to be doing this Skeleton Key dungeon, but, I mean, look at it. It's so pretty. Yeah, it's not going to be happening on this character. If you want to see me do it, I will almost certainly be doing it on the Reaper. Actually, yeah, I have to do it on the Reaper. I want some of the MIs from the Magi. But for now, we're just going to duck in here. We're going to grab the Devotion Shrine, which is in here. Each of the Skeleton Key dungeons has one Devotion Shrine kind of in front of them. Okay, you guys get out of the way so I can pick up the book. There we go. And this particular Skeleton Key dungeon is no different. So, there's the Riftgate, and that's probably the last time you'll ever see that that absolutely amazing bridge, because running across it, while it's absolutely amazing, epic, cool, all the other superlatives, it is kind of a waste of time, which is unfortunate. I would have loved for them to have made that the entryway to the dungeon, but they didn't do it, so here we are. There is a few places in here... Hang on, I'm going the wrong way. A few places in here where there's loot in the walls, but I walked past a couple over there. I just want to get my... I want to get my Devotion Shrine. Where is it? Give it to me! Okay, we don't go down here, we go across the top. And in we go. Alright. From the Lost Oasis to the Tomb of the Heretic. The whole nighttime thing, you notice it was light outside, it's night in here. Go ahead and play the dungeon or read the lore notes or whatever and you'll find out why. But it's kind of cool. You guys should know by now I'm a big fan of how they do the lore and the atmosphere and such in this game. Really does remind me of Diablo 2. The best ARPG ever made. I think the best is subjective. A lot of people would say Path of Exile. I think Path of Exile is solid. I wouldn't put it as number one. I think Diablo 2 or Grim Dawn is number one for me, but it's an opinion thing. Alright, here's my Desecrated Shrine. Let's go ahead and pop it. got some animated Watchers of the Damned. We did. Let's go ahead and get out of whatever that is. Okay, we've got the Tainted Ruby of Gardal. We've got the Glyph of Ghastly Retreats, and none of this is going to be used. That one. So, not horrible, but also not really an Aether thing. Right. That's actually going to be the end of the episode, though, so I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. See you on the next one, and goodbye for now.